This
Saikia.
conference will now be recorded.
Today I'll be presenting a presentation on downhole complications during drilling. Currently, I'm working as an executive engineer in fishing and line hanger department. So mostly my presentation will be related to fishing only. So basically, what are the downhole complications which I encounter during drilling? These are listed up, such as stuck up, tubular failure, bit failure, logging tool failure, casing failure. But today I'll be mostly discussing on the stuck-ups because 60 to 70% of our downhole complications are only due to this stuck-ups only. And also in stuck-ups, 50 to 50% is only due to differential stuck-up. Uh, Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. Actually, when I'm talking about stuck up, I am assuming that everyone is aware of drilling procedures, how drilling is done. Actually, I'm assuming that we are on the same page, that everybody knows somewhat something about drilling and how drilling is done, and mostly is familiar with means stuck up. This term stuck ups. So, what is differential staking? From a name only, we can assume that this stuck up is due to some differential pressure. So, what is this differential pressure? So mostly in oil well drilling, what we do is that we follow overbalance drilling. Now, what is overbalance drilling? Overbalance drilling means that we are using the mud hydrostatic, which is greater than the formation pressure. So obviously there will be, as there is an imbalance between the mud hydrostatic and the formation, so there is a differential pressure, which is exerting. From a diagram only we can see that there is a force which exerts the string towards the wall of a towards the whole wall. Uh, but there is a condition for differential staking, that the pipe should be stationary. That is the foremost condition for the differential staking. That the pipe should be stationary. Now let us now discuss what is the mechanics of a differential staking. So someone may ask that if this overbalance to it exists every time during drilling, then why the pipe doesn't get sticks every time? So by learning the mechanics of a differential staking, we can now answer that question. So whenever the drill sting, now the drill sting is always in contact with the whole wall. We can see that this drill sting is always in contact with the whole wall. So what happens when the pipe is rotating? So when a pipe is rotating, it drags a very thin layer of drilling fluid between it. So here from this diagram, we can see that when the pipe is rotating, it is dragging a very thin layer of mud. It is dragging a very thin layer of mud between the drill string and the filter cake. Now, what happens? So what is the function of this thin layer, this mud layer? The foremost condition is that foremost function is that it helps to lubricate the drill strings. Now, what does this mean? Lubricating the drill string. So whenever this pipe is rotating, the whole wall is providing some frictional forces. So it has to overcome the frictional forces in order to rotate. So the drill, the mud which is present in between the drill string and the filter cake, it provides some sort of a lubrication so that this frictional forces gets reduced. Also, that the pressure of that mud hydrostatic is being applied to the drill string from every corner. We can see that this from this side also, and this side also, that the pressure is exerted by the mud. So ultimately, there is no differential pressure. There is no difference in forces that will exert that is exerting on the drill string. Also, there is one more function is that it provides a source for the filtrate for the filter cake that is being deposited. Means whatever the mud is left, whatever the mud is present inside this drill string and a filter cake, it acts as a source, and from this source, the filtered passes to the filter cake. Okay. So what happens when the pipe becomes stationary? So from this diagram we can see. So from this diagram it will be more clear. So when pipe gets stationary, we can see that whatever the forces were acting equally from all the sides of a drill string. So from this side it has got eliminated. Why? Okay. Here we can see that the forces are acting from all the sides in equal size. So there is no any differential force. But when the pipe becomes stationary, so there is no thin layer of mud present in this between the drill string and a filter cake. So that's why there is no pressure acting on this side. So ultimately what happens is that there is a resultant force. There is a resultant force which is forcing the drill string towards the wall of a filter cake. And also uh, when the flow of a filtrate cake in contact area is also interrupted. So when this flow of a filter cake is interrupted, the filter cake gets disintegrated, and so what happens is the drill string gets penetrated more towards the filter cake. So ultimately, what happens that the frictional forces to move the pipe becomes very high, and ultimately, what happens is that from the surface we are not able to give enough force. We are not able to give enough tension or the torsional force so that the pipe can be moved. And ultimately, what happens? The pipe has become. We say that the pipe has become differentially stuck. Yeah. Are everybody is getting my point? Am I being very fast or what? Hello?
No,
Hello?
sir, you are fine.
Okay, okay then. So now we'll be discussing what are the factors that are affecting the differential staking. The foremost factor I have discussed is that the most important factor is the pipe should be static. Means the pipe should be stationary. And then other factors are the permeability, filter cake thickness, static pipe, overvalence, wall contact, and time. First point is the permeable formation. The formation needs to be just permeable enough so that there is some deposition of a filter cake. Whenever there is a presence of a filter cake, only then the pipe will get differentially stuck. Also, the wall contact. From the formula only, we can see that the differential force is equal to differential pressure into area of contact. So we can say that this area of contact increases, then this differential force will get increased. So ultimately, if the area of contact increases, the differential force increases. And the factors which affect this wall contact are the tubular fit to hole size, dog legs, and cutting beds. From this diagram, we can see that same size of a drill string, if used in different sizes of a hole, because we are drilling first, we are drilling 20 section, then 17 and a half, then 13, then 12 quarter, and then 18 and a half section. So the same drill pipe is used, but a different length of a BHS are used to drill these sections. So we can see that if the whole section is decreased, and the same length, same BHA is used, then the wall contact increases. So we have a greater chance of a differential staking of a pipe in a smaller size of a hole. if a larger tubular is used. Also, if a dogleg ledges increases, the wall contact increases. We'll be discussing this slide a bit later because we will be coming across again doglegs and later in the later slides. Also, in inclined well, the well is inclined. There is a tendency that the drill pipe will be lying on the lower side of lower bed of the well. So this is obvious due to drill pipe weight. It will be lying on the lower side of the bed. So this ultimately results in the larger area contact area. So what we mean to say is that the tendency of differential staking in an inclined well is more than in a vertical well. Okay, we have already discussed that the most important condition for the differential staking is the pipe should be stationary. So what happens in the pipe is stationary. When the pipe is stationary, it doesn't drag any thin film of layer between the drill string and a cake. So ultimately, when there is no film, so there will be no pressure exerting on the drill string from equally around the drill string. So there will be presence of a differential force. Also, the time is also important factor. With time, the differential force increases. That means with time, if we are not able to free the string, means immediately or within means 2 or 3 days, then it becomes very difficult for the pipe to get freed up because the differential forces increases with time. So what are the actions we have to take if the string gets differentially stuck? So there are some primary actions and secondary actions. What we mean by primary action is that the actions which we take immediately when the pipe gets stuck, such as we give additional torque, we give we activate the jar, we give additional torsional force to the string. So if the pipe doesn't get freed up by doing this kind of primary actions, then we go for a secondary action. What is secondary action? We place a stuck breaker peel or a spotting fluid around the stuck zone. So what is the purpose of this spotting fluid? Okay, from the formula we can see that the differential force is the multiplication of differential pressure and the area of contact, and this differential pressure is only due to overbalance. It was due to the overbalance. We have used the mud hydraulic pressure was greater than the formation pressure. So what we try to do is that we try to reduce the hydrostatic pressure of the mud. What we do is that we spot some spotting fluid like a diesel or HSD, crude oil or something like that around the stuck portion of the drill string. So as the hydrostatic around the stuck zone decreases, the differential pressure decreases. So ultimately, when we give pull or torque from the surface, so it becomes enough so that we can free the string. So another type of stuck up is due to solids induced. The solids, any foreign particle or some solid particles, which ultimately a situation arises such as the well becomes packed off due to the presence of solids, and ultimately the pipe gets stuck. Some of the conditions why solid induced pack off stuck ups happen is due to poor hole cleaning, wellbore stability, cement or LCM, or junk. So we'll be discussing now one by one. One of our issue is a poor hole cleaning. The property of a mud during drilling is also to leave the formation from the cuttings to the surface of a wellbore. So if the mud is not able to lift the cuttings from the wellbore, It may be due to various reasons, such as due to low mud properties, or we are not giving proper discharge, or we are not giving enough rotation of our drill string. So it can be due to various reasons. So ultimately, if the cuttings get deposited slowly and slowly, and ultimately one condition arrives is that the pipe gets stuck, means the hole becomes very packed up with solids. And this doesn't happen means suddenly. So it will give some indications to the surface while drilling or while tripping, because we will see that the torque and drag during drilling. So if we are not taking extra precaution, if the torque and drag increases, then ultimately the pipe can get stuck. Second point is that the wellbore instability. So while drilling, we can see we will encounter various formations. Some formations are that they are overpressure zone. We can come across faulted or fracture formation. We can come across reactive formations. We can come across unconsolidated formations. So if proper precautions are not taken during this such formations, during drilling of such formations, and then the pipe can get stuck. During drilling, we can come across some formation which are very much overpressure. So if we are not maintaining the proper mud weight to drill such formations, then what happens? This formation while drilling, the formation gets it falls into the wellbore, and ultimately the condition such arises that the hole becomes very packed up, and ultimately the pipe can get stuck. Also, if the planes are very during a week or during a faults or faulted formation, the formation can get formation may fall into the wellbore, and ultimately it will increase the torque and drag, and ECD will increase, and ultimately the pipe can get stuck. Also, there is some formations which are reactive to water. What we are using is that we are using water-based muds while drilling. So are some formations like a shale, which when if it gets contact with the water, it swells up. So what happens if the shale gets swelled up? So what happens is that if we have drilled a section, okay, and if this section is a gauzed hole, and if uh, it gets a contact with the water, this portion swells up, and while tripping, what happens? The bit or the BHA, it doesn't allow the bit or BHA to come out of this formation. So if we are not taking extra precaution during tripping into such formations, then ultimately the pipe can get stuck. Also, there is a condition of unconsolidated formation. But this happens mostly in the top hole section, where the sand or the formation is very loose. Means there is condition is that in upper section we are not able to give enough mud weight to hold the section, because if we give if you use a very high mud weight, then it can ultimately lead to fracture of a formation. So there is limitation of the mud weight which we can use in the top hole section. So ultimately, if we are not using enough mud weight, and the formation is also very much unconsolidated, then it can fall into the wellbore, and ultimately it can make the pipe stuck. Also, there is a condition of a green cement. Green cement means the loose cement. After cementation, if the cement has not been set properly, and we have running in the string, then after some time, when the string is in bottom, if the cement gets set during that time, then it can make the string stuck. So there is a condition of junk. The junk means any foreign particle which it can fall from a surface of a well. So it can lead to mechanical stuck up of a pipe. Same in case of a cement block. Cement block is nothing but a junk only. Or if there is a section of a rat hole, if during a drilling the cement block falls in the lower section of a well, then ultimately it can lead to stuck up. Okay, one more factor for a stuck up are mechanical and wellbore geometry. And these are ledges. Mechanical stuck up occurs due to ledges undergoes halls or key seats. Now we'll be discussing what is ledges. So ledges occurs when we are drilling alternate softer and harder formation. Okay, it will be much more clear if I going to previous slides. Okay, here we can see that this is the condition for the ledges to occur. If you are drilling, this is a softer formation, this is a hard formation, this is sandstone, this is a shell. So what happens when we drill alternate softer and hard formation? The hard formation will be a full gauge section. Means the gauge section means it will be around the size of a bead. But the softer formation, this softer formation, it will be somewhat oversized. So we can see that these portions are a bit getting out. Means this section is not a bit uniform. So this is the condition for the ledges. So ultimately what happens when we are tripping out, when we are doing tripping, then when this BHA comes around this portion, this ledges, then it can show erratic torque or erratic pull. So if we are not taking extra precaution during tripping out, so it can ultimately lead to stuck up. This is a very these ledges. This is a very common situation here in Assam in ONGC. So we are encountering this type of problems. Means normally we are encountering these type of problems. So this condition, how to prevent this condition is that during tripping, what we do is that we trip out very slowly, and whenever we are encountering any tight spot or like that, either we do back trimming or we pump out the string. Also, there is a condition of undergauge hall. So if we have drilled a hole with a undergauge bead, and then again we after that drilling we have drilled a hole with an undergauge bead, and then we are running in with a very gauze bead. Then what happens is that we will encounter held-ups during running of our new bead. So if we are not taking extra precaution, then during running in, then ultimately we can see that the pipe can get stuck during running in. So this is a very normal phenomenon here in Assam as well. Also, this is also a very normal condition here in Assam as well, ONGC. The pipe getting stuck due to key seats. Now, what is the key seat? We can see that the drill pipe is rotating against the well bore. If a drill pipe is rotating against the well bore at the same point, so what happens is that it makes a additional hole. We can see that I am moving the cursor. We can see that the drill pipe has made a very small hole. This was the original hole. This was the original hole. and this has made an additional small hole. This is due to the constant rotating of a drill pipe against the elbow valve. So this is the form. This is in the shape of a key seat. So that's why they have termed as a key seating. So what happens is that if the BHA is pulled up, and if the BHA is enters into the small section of a hole, then we can say that we will see abrupt torque and drag and excessive pull during tripping. So mm, during tripping, we have to take extra precaution. And to remove this type of key seats, there is some tools like this one. This is a key seat wiper. This key seat wiper is running inside with the BHA. Along with the BHA, it is running in, so that this removes the key seat area. This makes the hole very smoother, and ultimately during tripping, we don't get this type of problems. Okay, I'll be ending my presentation here. So I have covered only the stuck-ups only, because there are various factors due to which the thermal complication may occur, such as tubular failure or disc failures. The tubular failure is very common here in Assam asset. So I'll be not covering these failures, because it will be very much a big chapter here. So it will take around a whole day. So today I have only discussed the downhole complication due to stuck-ups. So I'll be ending my presentation here. Thanking you. Hope I'm able to deliver some knowledge to all of you.
Thank you very much, sir. It was a great presentation. Now the session is open to the house. Anyone can ask their question. They can write it in the chat box.
Hello, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
So my question is, sir, what is the major causes of the well instability problem?
Elbow instability may be due to overburden pressure, because there will be overburden pressure when a formation is also due to faults or weak bedding planes. Mm, about this much.
Okay, so sir, for mitigation these well instability problems, what are the steps should we consider? See, sir, like there is a fault, then during the surveying we should consider, yes, there is a
Uh,
fault here, we can't drill over here. So the maybe the instability take place. So the what are the steps should be considered for, like, yeah, like to overcome this problem?
Mostly, what we do is that whenever we are drilling, uh, we observe the cutting sizes of we observe the cutting sizes. So while drilling, the cutting sizes are different, and when the formation falls, the cutting sizes are also different. Means when we are drilling, the cutting sizes are very smooth, and when there is a situation like the formation is falling, that is the problem of instability. So the cutting sizes are very much bigger. So whenever we see these kind of problems, then ultimately we use mud treatments. Either we go for increase of a mud weight, or we can use some asphalt bed peel or something like that, so that the hole becomes stable. Am I
Okay,
being
sir.
able
Thank
to
you, sir.
answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, I will request everyone to please write their question in the chat box. Okay, we have some questions. I will read out to you, sir. You can answer them.
Yeah.
So, Garrick Chakraborty is asking, can you describe the three types of drilling and under which scenario we undergo the same?
Yeah, we can undergo. Means the phenomenon is same. Everywhere the stucking mechanism is same only. Okay, someone is asking about Assam blowout. Yeah, so I am not means I am not into that department. That department is another department. That is our RCMT team. So I am not associated with that department. So I can't say much about that blowout because our team is also there. ONC team is Bagjan only, but I can't say any details of that one.
We have one question. Can you brief me what is logging tool failure?
Okay, logging tool failure is nothing but when a wireline is lowered uh, in a well. So the pipe, the same thing can happen with the wireline log also. It can get stuck. It can get stuck due to differential sticking also, or the wireline, the wire rope which is used during lowering of a logging tool. So it can get stuck in any ledges or key seat area or like that.
Okay, there is a
So
correction
in
in
order to
Garrick's.
recover the logging tool, that is also
Sorry, sir, you
means
can continue.
why I have yeah, why I have means describe the logging tool failure as another point because to recover the logging tool, that procedure is different. Means to free the string, if the pipe gets stuck, that is a different procedure, and if the logging tool gets stuck, to free that is the logging tool, that is also a different procedure. Okay, someone is asking how can we prevent the key sitting? We can't prevent the key sitting area because mostly we are doing direction drilling only. So the pipe remains a constant touch with the well bore. We can't prevent key sitting, but we can remove that key seats by lowering the key seat reamer.
So there is a correction in Garrick's question. He was asking about the three types of reaming and under which scenario we can use the same.
Reaming, there is no different types of reaming. Reaming is nothing, it's a drilling only. Means when the hole is drilled, and if uh, we means during running in, if we get any held up or like that, then we ream down that portion. Means we don't drill the complete hole. Means we are not drilling a new hole. We are only means clearing the hole which was already present. So there are different methods of reaming. Means when I entered into ONGC, and initially what happened is that people used to say that we have to ream down with a 0 ton weight. But today that is a very different concept now, because if we are drilling at a very lower weight, so there is also always a tendency of a bit to make a new hole. That has happened here in ONGC also, because during reaming we have made another hole. So today the concept is that ream with a maximum weight available, because mm, the tendency of a bit is always to go to the least resistance part. means least resistance path means if we are drilling, if you are giving weight, and the bit will always try to tend to go to its original hole, because this original hole here the bit will encounter least resistance. So during it is maximum it is suppose we have to rim the hole with the maximum weight.
Okay,
Okay,
I would
someone has
like to.
asked.
Yes, we
Yeah.
will continue with the questions. I just want to let everyone know that the feedback forms and the quiz Google Forms will be provided to you in the chat box only. Uh, okay, we can. We have a question. What is the primary step to be taken when held is observed?
Okay, held up is during tripping. When a held up is observed during tripping, is that we have a thumb rule here in ONGC. It means every oil field this thumb rule is also this applied. We don't give held up to more than 80% of the BHO weight. So if we take that the BHO weight is around 10 ton or like that, or 20 ton or 25 ton, so we give held up to around 10 to 15 tons only. So whenever means we have faced many kind of stuck up during running in. So whenever we have seen that not much held up is given during tripping, so that string gets freed up very easily. And whenever extra weight is given during held up or to clear that held up, so that pipe become very difficult to free up.
Okay, Hriday is asking during drilling, directional drilling at a point where the pipeline takes a total horizontal deflection and encounters directional staking. So, what would be the preventive measures and why has it happened?
Okay, mostly we are doing directional well only. So differential staking is a very common phenomena here. But in a total horizontal section, if the pipe gets stuck up, so frankly speaking, the in this condition, the pipe to free the pipe is very much difficult. But in horizontal section, but mostly horizontal section is done only where in the during the sand portion. So in Assam, I said this formation is very much friendly. So if we do spotting, the pipe gets freed up. Horizontal section, the only solution is spotting.
So, the next question is, can you explain the difference between cement blocks and green cement problem and also how to overcome stuck
Okay.
pipes
I
if
will tell you.
situation is.
Okay, green cement means loose cement. So whenever cementation is done, so after that, after cementation is done, and then cementation can be done due to various reasons, such as we can give after casing cementation is done, or if you need to give any plug cementation is done. So in order to set the cement, we need to give time of around 24 hours or 36 hours like that, depending on the well condition. So if we are not giving enough time and we have running in the string, so what happens if the cement is loose? In surface we are not able, if the cement is loose, mind it, if the cement is low, we are not able to see any held up or any weight at the surface. So we may assume that there is no cement, and means we are running in at a very fast rate. So if we are running in at a very fast rate and we are not able to lift the cement properly, so ultimately, if the string is inside the well, and what happens, the cement gets set during that time, so the pipe can get stuck during that cement drilling. And cement block is another factor. Cement block is another factor. So, what is cement block actually? If we have drilled a well, a section means if we have drilled around 1700, say I am assuming that we are drilling 1700 section up to 1700 meters. So what we are supposed to do, we have to lower the casing up to that 1700 meters also. But for some reasons, due to held up or something like that, or the casing has got stuck, so the pipe we are able to lower only casing only up to 1500 meters. So we are in a condition where the 200 meters which we have drilled are not cased. Okay, so we have done the cementation. So 200 meters of a section there is a cement, and then the upper portion is cased. So after the 17 section, we are going to now drill 12 quarter section. So while drilling the 12 quarter section, in 17 section we have got 200 meters of that one open hole which was cased, which was not cased, but there is cement. So while drilling 12 quarter section, due to constant rotation of a string, the string is constantly rubbing with the cement portion, with the cement, that 200-meter block cement. So what happens? The cement block ultimately it breaks up and it falls into the well. And if we are not giving proper discharge, or the mud weight is not sufficient, these blocks ultimately leads to a stuck up of a string. Am I able to answer your question?
Yes, second, next question we have, sir, is why differential force increases with time?
Yeah, because it gets more with time. Means when the stuck up occurs, it occurs only at a particular section. Means it occurs only around the BHA. Mean normally BHA is greater than the BHA size is greater than the drill string size. Means we are using 5-inch drill pipe, and in BHA we are using 8.5-inch drill collar. We are using 6-inch drill collar. We are using stabilizers. We are using bit. So whenever differential sticking occurs, we are assuming that the sticking the stuck up has occurred only around the BHA section. But with times, what happens that the stuck goes upward and upward, and all the string, that 5-inch liner, 5-inch section also, the 5-inch drill pipe also gets stuck. So ultimately, as the contact area increases, the differential sticking increases. Because with time, what happens, the pipe, as the pipe is stuck, we are not able to move the string. To move the string means the whole portion of a string is now stationary. Now stationary, as initially only the BHA was lying at the whole wall, and it has become stuck. But if we are keeping the string 2 to 3 days, we are not able to move the string. Then the upper portion of a string is also lying at the valve wall. So ultimately, this section also becomes stuck up. Okay.
Okay, sir. Next we have, how do we deal with natural gas that comes as a side product with crude oil?
Okay, that is a very different topic. So I am not associated with the department, so I can say much about that one. That is actually related to RCMT only. That is what happened in the Bagzan area.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah. Means in ONGC, every department has its role. I am from line department. We only deal about these complications, downhole complications. That blowouts and kicks is also one type of downhole complications also, but that is a very different department.
Okay, thank you, sir. Our guest speaker is trying to answer all the questions, but as due to time constraint, we will keep
Yeah.
your questions on record and we will get back to you. And
Okay.
thank you, sir, for sparing your time for us from your busy schedule. And again, I would like to repeat that everyone is requested to fill the feedback forms, as it will signify your presence in this session and help us while giving out the certificates. To get the merit certificate, you have to attempt the quiz also and score accordingly, as only top 20 participants will be given the merit certificates. And I would like to apologize to the participants who are connecting with us from YouTube Live. Due to some technical issues, we are unable to provide you the best of us. If you have any questions, you can write it on the comment box and we will get back to you for sure. Uh, I would like to repeat that feedback forms and quiz links are provided in the chat box. So I guess that's all. Thank you, sir, once again.
Okay. Can I leave now?
Yes, sir. Also, I would like to thank all the attendees for making this session a great success with your presence. So I think we will conclude here.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir.